Good vach and welcome back to Just a Minute, Just a Mishnah. This Mishnah is on the Nishmas Freda Lev Asrachal, and Yisrael Yitzchak ben Yishai Leib, and David ben Yitzchak, and in the Schos already Yitzchak ben Gila, and the first Tzar Basiva. So Mesachas ben metziah Parak Dal Mishnah Gil Mishnah Dalet. So we're going to be talking about today Ainah, which is when someone overcharges. Ainah literally means price fraud. So we're going to be talking about if someone either overcharges or someone underpays. And we're going to be talking about a shtus, which means a sixth of the price. So ainah only works if it's a sixth of the price, if the person pays less than a sixth, or if the store owner charges more than a sixth. But right now, what we're going to be talking about is what happens if you did exactly a sixth. That's what we're going to be talking about in these two mishnayos. Ainah arba kesef me'esrim ba'arba kesef l'sela shtus lamikach. So ainah is 4 out of 24. To a seller, meaning a seller, the coin which is a seller is worth 24 silver coins. So 4 out of those is a sixth. So that would be, so if something's worth 24 and he overcharges by 4, so that would be ainah because he's overcharging by a sixth. Ad mosai mutar l'hachzir. How if the store owner charges ainah, so how long does the buyer have to give it back? To give back whatever he bought, which was overpriced, until he has time to get a different quote, basically, and find out this was overpriced. So in that time it takes, he can give it back and he can redo the transaction. Hi Rabbi Tarfon Belaid. Rabbi Tarfon said in Laid, Ainah shmoina kesef l'sela. Ainah is 8 out of every 24 out of a seller, meaning shlish l'mikach, meaning it's not a sixth, it's a third. So now the people for Samchu Tagari Light. So now the store owners in Lloyd were very happy because that meant they could overcharge even more without having to worry about Ainah. So the Chacham said to him, fine, but if you're doing that, then it's not just the buyer doesn't just have the amount of time which it takes to find out if this was a real price. He has the entire day to go back on himself. So they said, fine, basically forget about it, and they went back to the original because it wasn't worth it for them if the guy had the whole day to go back on himself. They went back to what the Chacham originally said. A buyer and a seller, as we discussed previously, both have ainah, meaning the store owner can overcharge and the buyer can underpay. Just like a regular house owner, basically, who decided to sell stuff, just like there's ainah by him, so there's also ainah by a professional, meaning for someone buying from him. If the guy underpays, that we also say there's ainah even if the guy is a professional businessman. Rabbi Yehuda says that by a professional salesperson, there's no ainah, meaning we don't worry that the guy underpaid. One sec. Why don't we worry about ainah with a professional salesperson? Because we assume, let's say, that he knows what he's doing. So obviously he's doing this for a reason. Maybe he's desperate for cash, or maybe that he's doing a sale. But for whatever reason, if he's a professional, if the guy buys it and underpays, so we assume that the guy noticed, or that he specifically undercharged him because he has a reason for it. Whoever ainah happened to him, meaning if the guy underpaid or if the store owner overcharged, so the person who the ainah was being done to, so they have the upper hand, meaning because they can now say either give me back all my money and we'll go back on this whole thing and the whole thing is bata, the whole transaction is nullified, or he can say give me back the money which you owe me, meaning if he's a store owner, so the money which the guy didn't pay, or if he's buying from him, so then he can say just give me back the amount which you overcharged. Getvach, and those are these mishnayos.